All 10 former defense secretaries write a cowardly letter trying to say to open letter to President Trump in the Washington Compost, trying to say that Biden won and don't undermine his success. Scaremongering about abuse of power, just fake drama. Abuse of military power, that is. And nervous Nancy narrowly reelected as House Speaker, or should I say House Nagger. This is the end of Hour 1. It's Monday, January 4th, 2021. Happy New Year, all. Stay tuned for Hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. But first, Hake news, not fake news. Quick announcement. Men's Forum this Thursday, first Thursday of the month. And year, by the way, 7 p.m. at Bond in Los Angeles, January 7th, 2021. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/events, rebuildingtheman.com/events. And surprise, deep state lackeys want Trump out, or establishment lackeys, right? Disgraced former defense secretaries tell Trump in what the extreme left foreign propaganda outlet The Guardian describes as an unprecedented open letter published in the Un-American Washington Compost, that if efforts to involve the U.S. armed forces in resolving election disputes would take us into dangerous, unlawful, and unconstitutional territory, which seems to me like a deceptive statement, since I don't think Trump has even really floated this idea, and it would be constitutional, I think. These people don't care about the Constitution. Among the signatories were James Mad Dog Pro Black Lives Matter Mattis, Mark Esper, who both so-called served as defense secretaries under President Trump, actually against the Trump administration, right? Rhino Esper openly contradicted Trump back in June amid the radical, violent Antifa Black Lives Matter riots by insisting that there were no grounds for invoking the Insurrection Act, which allows for deployment of U.S. troops on American streets in extreme circumstances. And Antifa and Black Lives Matter are extreme. Dick Cheney, defense secretary under George H.W. Bush, the daddy, and vice president to his son, George W. Bush, the rhino simp, who didn't support Trump, and Donald Rumsfeld, defense secretary under the younger Bush's administration, also signed this fake open letter. The other signatories were Democrat William Perry and Rhino William Cohen, and defense secretaries in the Bill Clinton administration, Leon Panetta, Chuck Hagel, and Ashton Carter. Ash Carter's wife liked Joe Biden whispering in her ear, who served under Barack Hussein Obama, and Robert Gates, Bob Gates, who served under both the younger Bush and Obama. A rotten lot, right? The title of the lying Washington Compost piece is falsely headlined, "The time to question election results has passed." And that's literally what they write, which is false. All living former defense secretaries say this Wednesday, January 6th, Congress has the right and duty to question the results. Anyway, so they also wrote that about the Trump administration, they must also refrain from any political actions that undermine the results of the election and hinder the success of the new team, because they're trying to act like Biden's going to come in. Would have been nice had not Obama undermined Trump, am I right? They're writing to this to the wrong person. Hypocrites. The mainstream media, rhinos, Democrats, deep state are scaremongering about centrist Proud Boys and President Trump. Rhino William Cohen told the Compost that he was concerned by the mention of possibility of martial law by former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, a patriotic guy who's never turned on the president. At Jen Flynn on Twitter. Jen, short for general. Especially after Trump's use of the military and other federal forces to remove so-called protesters, really rioters, outside the White House back in June, after they partially destroyed that church across the street. And Nancy Pelosi has been reelected as House Speaker in a tight vote, according to the Epoch Times. The House voted 216 to 209 to reelect Nervous Nancy to so-called lead the chamber's narrowest majority in 2 decades. 5 Democrats defected, centrists, according to One American News Network. Elisa Slotkin, Democrat from Michigan. Abigail Spanberger, maiden name Davis, in Virginia, and Mikey Sherrill voted present, and 2 other Democrats voted for other people. Ridiculous. I'm James Hake. Now on to Jesse, Hour 2.